Hello again, folks. This is Mike from the Nerdist Colony, and tonight we're going to do a retro video. And what game have I pulled out of the archives? Well, one of my favourite first-person shooters of all time, Unreal Tournament 3. It's hard to believe that this game goes back to 2007. It's nearly 10 years old right now. And still, in terms of first-person gameplay, it's one of the best games still out there on the market. I've been a huge fan of this franchise since the early 2000s. I used to have a LAN party around my house on a Friday and Saturday night with probably like somewhere between 5 to 9 mates, and we used to sit and play the Half-Life games. But we quickly moved on to the Unreal game, quite simply because I like the fast-paced fantasy action. Unless you've probably been asleep for the better part of the last 20 years, you'll know that the Unreal Engine has been massive in the PC and console market. Making its first appearance right back in 1998, featured in their very own title, Unreal. It was one of the very first game engines to take advantage of the 3DFX chips. If anybody's old enough to remember the PCs back in those days, 3DFX was quite a big name. Probably on a par of what Nvidia would be now. Because of the way the game engine was set up, it was easy to code, so therefore it was easy to mod, to make more complex gaming than just first-person shooting. Fast forward to 2002 when Unreal Engine 2 appeared. It featured in massive titles like Unreal Championship and Unreal Tournament 2003. As it slowly started to make its port onto the Xbox, the GameCube and the PlayStation. Along with this release came Unreal Editor. Back in the day I recreated Dex 16 with some loving, how to put this, quirks. Used to spend hours designing and playing those levels. It wasn't until a few years later that we'd actually get Unreal Engine 3. With massive titles under its belt like Gears of War and Bioshock Infinite, the engine had put itself as #1 for gaming developers. And although now it's coming to its end of its life cycle, with games like Assassin's Creed under its belt, Mortal Kombat X, the Infinite Blade series, with a splattering of the Fable series, it's easy to see how the Unreal Engine has lasted so long. Okay, so the game. Unreal had done several flavours previously. In 1998 we got the first original Unreal. Followed up in the early 2000s with Unreal Tournament, Unreal Championship, Unreal Tournament 2K3, 2K4, Unreal Tournament Championship 2, before finally hitting home with UT3. Now don't get me wrong here, at the time we had a plethora of first-person shooters I could have chosen from. However, I have a special fondness for Unreal Tournament, because up until this point it kept its same format. But UT3 brought something more. Coupled along with Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch and Capture the Flag and Duel, we got modes now like Warfare, Vehicle Capture the Flag and Betrayal and Greed. And oh my god, was it so much fun! And not only that, it now had a story-based single-player campaign. A story that wasn't built around an Unreal Tournament format. Set in the year 2307, some years after the original events of Unreal Tournament 2004. An attack on a colony on an unknown planet by Necrus forces. Just when all seems lost, a group of Ronins arrive on the scene to defend the survivors. Now this storyline may sound very Firefly-esque, which believe me isn't a bad thing at all, as what you end up with is the same balls-to-the-wall action as the TV show. After waking from being caught in an explosion, you're set to fight your way to the top with the aforementioned game modes to get the revenge that you seek. As much fun as the single player was though, Unreal Tournament always dared me to play. Even back in the day with my 1.1 megabit per second internet. I still managed to play it to a decent level. But now we were on blistering speeds of 5.5 megabit. And I got to grip with the single player mode. I was so desperate to try multiplayer. This is one of the first-person shooters to break the mold. And frankly I sucked at other first-person shooters to this point. But playing UT offered me neutral ground in an online multiplayer world. So I wanted to dive in. Even to this day though, bouncing, phasing and side boosting across the map is still not as satisfying as launching an unguided rocket across the map and having a player come around the corner and take one to the face. Booyah! But when UT3 was released, with its excellent game mechanics and old school weapons, it was an instant hit with its fanbase. Sure, some of the vehicles were borrowed from such games as Halo, but somehow UT did it better. But it's a vastly underplayed game. And sure, it looks its age now, but it's not old, it's just distinguished. I know there's like hundreds of other games out there like the Battlefields of the world or the Call of Duties, but I seriously can't underestimate how well this game has held up over time. Currently this is sat on £2.79 on Steam, but I've seen this game go for as low as 40 pence on eBay. I mean that's ridiculously low for a quality game like this. If memory serves me as well, I've even seen it go for free on a PC Gamer magazine. And even now, the way it runs on modern day processors, modern day memory and graphics cards, it's just so fast. And if, like me, you're a multi-PC family, I sometimes fire this game up with my sons and we play 12 on 12 deathmatch on Facing Worlds. Hearing them giggling away to each other as they try to sit in the sniper spots, trying to pop my head off as I come around the corner, is memories you just can't buy. Anyway, thank you for spending time with us again, guys. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. Peace out.